Hey guys, today we're in East Las Vegas and we're going to be asking street vendors if we could design their brand. Completamente gratis, no hay nada. Now I grew up on this side of town and while riding bikes or walking home from school, I remember the eloteros and taco stands just posted up. Now the east side of Las Vegas is definitely a cultural melting pot and it's one of the only places in this city where you'll find a huge concentration of street vendors just posted up in random neighborhoods. With nothing but hustle, these vendors are risking their lives to deliver something that you won't find in store. So I'm hoping that what we create for them today will help them take their next step in their entrepreneurial journey. We don't really know where they're hanging out because you just randomly find them. It's like they just move. Oh, look, found one over there. Let's see if they're willing to talk to us. I'm gonna go ask them. ¿Celotes? ¿Son de hoy? Sí. Lo que hacemos es diseñamos ropa y mercancía. Quería ver si usted está interesado que le pongamos una marca para usted, el nombre que usted tenga, el logotipo y se lo hacemos.
Oh. ¿Y ese cómo lo manejas?
Y es gratis.
¿Sí?
Sí.
Que sí, digo, gratis, o sea.
¿Cuál era la razón que lo motivó para lanzar el negocio?
Pues la razón y la motivación es pues para poder salir adelante y...
Vamos a pensarle le quiero traer algo a ver si le gusta.
Man, it was awesome to have Horacio agree to work with us, but the challenge for me here was in coming up with a name and a logo, as he didn't already have one in mind, so it definitely took me by surprise. But after speaking with him, I learned that he was from a town called Puebla, which is near Mexico City. He was also super strong in his faith, so the logo symbol that immediately popped into my head was a bird.
So birds symbolize spirituality, you know, the higher being above. So for me, I think the bird logo is going to be something that resonates with him. Now, in order to really come up with this logo design, we're going to attempt to crack it ourselves using Kittle. So we're going to be designing here to show you guys that you could do something like this at home as well. We're going to do Mexican eagle holding a corn on feet looking majestic. Now let's see what this one comes up with real quick. This one, but on screen is literally the eagle holding the corn. So it's a realistic image. I forgot to change the image style, so you can literally come up with anything. I'm ready. I'm ready to see what comes up. This is insane, dude. I would have never in 100 years have thought about a logo like this. I am very happy with this logo. I'm very happy with these designs. And funny enough, my wife literally just came into the office, so I want to bring her in here and see what she thinks about these because I absolutely love them.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
Crazy.
With the Elotes del Pueblo design now set, next thing I'll do is use Kittle to create mock-ups and a line sheet for us to confirm the brand direction. Now the goal is to create different styles and then fine-tune the design for it to print in the highest quality. Now the beauty about using a program such as Kittle is that it not only allows you to create designs with AI, but it also allows you to vectorize the design, which allows you to scale it up to any size and not lose quality. Creating vector-based art also gives you the power to change or remove colors from the design so you can use the fabric of the garment instead, which ultimately elevates the overall feel and quality of what you create. You'll see what this means later on in this video, but if you're planning to design t-shirts or create merch, I highly encourage that you check out Kittle, which we have linked in the description down below. Make sure you take advantage of signing up to there, as it also includes a special offer.
Now that we got all of the graphic designs completed, as you guys can see, we knocked out the white and knocked out the red, and you may be wondering, why did we do that? Well, in a few moments, we're going to show you how that comes out when we start to press.
Now, in order to make the products, we're using press art sheets, which are available on the StreetCrafter website. Now, we're going to upload the graphics that we just made onto a 23 by 60 inch sheet here. The goal is to fill it up with as much designs as possible because the more you fit, the more you save. Once we submit the order, it will be printed on a film and be ready for us to start pressing onto shirts. But as we wait for the order to arrive, let's head back out to the streets and find another vendor to create a brand for.
This is day 2. Yesterday's challenge that I actually didn't foresee before we started this video was it's not as easy as creating a design. It has to be something that means something to them. So we're on the hunt again. We're going to be looking around the east side, further in the east side, into the trenches of the east side. So we found somebody. We found a taco guy at the corner here. He's actually at a pretty good intersection. All right, so hello. ¿Tiene el pastor? ¿Cuánto venden los tacos?
3 cada uno, creo.
3 cada uno. Perfecto. Nosotros hacemos videos para YouTube y queremos saber si quieren ustedes como marketing o branding So these people are really cool. They agreed to collaborating with us on this project. We want to make sure we deliver something that's pretty good quality, because it looks like they got some really good food here. So now the next step is in finding what brand they want and start to create products around that. So we're going to talk to him a little bit. He's got some customers right now. We're literally in the intersection here, and these people are hustling, they're grinding, and we want to show love to them. Una semana apenas han abierto. Wow. We're talking, and they literally just opened a week ago. So they actually poured an investment into getting all the equipment, getting a truck, and actually moving the business out here. So this is pretty cool. I'm very excited to work with them, because this is literally from the ground up.
The quality of their food was incredible, and after speaking to them, I learned that Cherry was actually the woman behind this business, and the name that she had in mind was Cherry's Tacos. And with that name, it was now time to head back to the studio and get to working on their designs.
All right, so to start with the design, we're gonna use Kittle, and with Kittle, we essentially wanna create something that's high quality. So we wanna go 3,000 by 3,000, and then we wanna do 300 DPI. Now DPI is dots per square inch. We want to have a good artboard so our overall files are perfect for printing. When it comes to Cherry's Tacos though, I'm going to be playing around with spicy cherry Mexican taco. And the clip art style, I think the mascot prompt here is going to help us accomplish that. And literally, this is crazy, because it literally just created a Cherry's taco that looks amazing. Like, this thing is crazy, guys. I don't know if you're watching this right now, but literally it's playing off on way better than anything I could have actually come up with on my own or even try to draw up. This next one with the Mexican flag shoes, killed it. So playful. This literally is saving people thousands of dollars. Let's throw it on a mock-up real quick, because we are going to be making the merch. So I want to see how the merch comes up with some of the color ideas I was playing with. So I think a pink shirt plays on it. Next up that we're gonna do though is we do need the word font. We do need to have some fonts for the word itself. So I'm gonna just kind of look up through some of the Kittle templates here, Mexican style. And now all we're gonna do is actually just import the design that we have. We're gonna add Cherry's Tacos. Now, I think that first curve looks all right, but I think we want to replace it with tacos at the bottom. That first one was more of like a sign that can go on a business, where this logo here with Cherry's Tacos, cherry on top, tacos on the bottom, the logo in the center. This is solid here, guys. I am very excited for this. This is literally better than anything I would have ever imagined I could have come up with in such a short time. So
now, one thing most people don't know is that you can create pro quality from home. All you need is press art, scissors, and wholesale blanks.
And now that we got all these supplies on hand, it's time for us to get to pressing. What you can see here is we had Cherry's Tacos on the top, and then we have Elotes del Pueblo at the bottom. Another part I want to show you guys real quick is how this stuff works. So our press art is printed through DTF, which is direct transfer film printing method, which means that it has a glue and an adhesive on the back. So when we start pressing it, the glue is actually sticking to the fabric, and it's going to be stuck on there for over 50 washes. Now that we got one of the cuts, this is going to be one of the graphic designs, which is going to be on the back of the t-shirt. So these came out pretty cool. So let's continue cutting the rest. Now, one of the things that I talked about as we were formatting the art, and I think you guys can see it right now, is if you place your art really close to each other, you run the risk of cutting another design. So you gotta be careful with not placing it too close. You wanna maximize your space, but then you also don't wanna ruin an entire design if you accidentally cut it. Now that we got Cherry's Tacos cut, we're gonna go with Elotes del Pueblo, which I feel this design is absolutely insane. So now that we're cutting these out, getting ready to press. Now, a really good tip here, if you guys are following along and are gonna recreate it, is that typically this neck label is kind of centered on the shirt, so you can use it as a guide for your print production. Now, when it comes to garments, depending on the city that you're in, might be a little humid, so it's always recommended to pre-press. We're gonna make sure that the sides hang off evenly on both sides. That means that the center, the square that you're seeing here is a true square and not an illusion of a square. So make sure that you're hanging the shirt off of both sides pretty evenly. I'll make sure that's done. With the pre-press completed, what you're gonna see is a flat, nice surface. It helps to cut as a square to help you center. All right, so what I'm doing here for this logo pocket is I'm gonna try my best to kind of center it right here. You wanna go about 4 fingers down from the edge of the collar to the design. And I'm actually using the t-shirt collar as a line that tells me that my art is gonna be designed on the right chest. So I'm gonna go right off of that. So 300 degrees, 15 seconds is the time. With that time now on the clock, essentially once it pops up, we'll hit up the back. We'll be ready to press, ready to peel. Now you always want to cold peel these. So a good tip is to just turn it around. Sometimes you got a cold table. So the cold table makes the press art cold. Check it out, check it out. So we got that pressed out, feels amazing. Now when it comes to pressing the back, the goal that we have here is you always want to make sure that your platen is flat. So you don't want anything obstructing the press. So you're gonna want to make sure that the neck goes out at the top. You got your shirt centered here, hanging off about the same. Now we're gonna grab the big design for the back. Damn. Got that saucy bird with the corn. I really hope he likes this because I love it. Remember I had told you guys about knocking out the color? By knocking out the color, when you feel the inside of it, it doesn't feel like a big piece of paper on it. Like it allows you to breathe. So your body can breathe better. The person doesn't feel like it's like super heavy. So knocking out color increases the quality. All right, now we got the apron. Now for the apron, you want to make sure that any buckles or hardware are not getting burned. And if you want to take it a step further, you can also make sure that the seams are lifted a little bit. So now the reason I'm using a pillow is I just want to make sure that the seams, these seams aren't too bad, but I want to take a little extra level of care. Pop goes a weasel. Fire, fire, fire. Ready to serve up? Elotes del Pueblo. Let's go! I hope he loves it as much as I do, man. This is such amazing branding. I really hope he enjoys it. And we're gonna knock out the rest of his order so he has a couple of different t-shirts that he can wear every day of the week because we wanna make sure we hook him up and he's proud of wearing this design that was inspired by him subconsciously, so. With Horacio's order now completed, next comes Cherry's Tacos. Now the reason I went with pink colored t-shirts was in order to help her business be memorable and stand out to those who are driving by. The little cherry logo will help customers remember the business name and refer friends. It's a brand recognition play that I'm hoping will 10x her business. Check that out. Oh man. Don't tell me you wouldn't try it. And you know, one of the tips I'm gonna actually give them is, can they make a special cherry sauce? Just my way of paying it back, and I hope you guys do the same in your own neighborhoods, in your own area. It's possible, it's easy. It's really what I'm trying to show you guys is that it's not that complicated, and you guys can go out there and make an impact and also make some money doing it, especially if you become a plug member. So now that we got the pink ones completed, next products to wrap up is the white as well as the aprons. And for the white t-shirt, we're actually gonna be using our Street Crafter blank here. Now this is 220 GSM, so a little more heavyweight than your standard t-shirt. Super soft. Making these products was honestly a lot of fun, and working with AI made this super easy, and then using press art on top of it is a game changer. But before I drop them off, I wanted to try them out for myself. Check out the fine little details here. These intricacies really is what made this design. But it doesn't matter what I think. The ultimate decision maker is going to be the business owner. Let's start with Cherry's Tacos and see what she has to say. Hola, ¿cómo están? No, le quiero enseñar lo que le creamos. A ver cómo le gusta. ¿Cómo le gusta? Sí. So dijimos, ok, una cereza en el taco, y ustedes hacen diferentes estilos de tacos. So ponemos eso ahí. Y también hacemos los colores rosas. Yo pensaba que este color era como para que cuando están trabajando y están usando, cuando están la gente lo reconoce con el color rosa. ¿Cómo le gustó lo rosa? ¿Sí? ¿Está bonito? Yes. She likes it. Oh, perfecto.
Muchas gracias, me encantó.
¿Sí? Perfecto. So sí hacemos buen trabajo.
Sí, muy bueno.
Got a good job, man. Perfecto.
I could genuinely tell that she loved what we designed for her, because before we even left, she actually put it on and started working with it. And honestly, this made all of our efforts completely worth it, and I wish her much success because I see the passion that she has for this business, and I know it's gonna go far. But before it gets too late, it's time for us to deliver our products to Horacio, who actually texted us and let us know he's at the local soccer park.
Horacio, ¿cómo están? Pues le quería enseñar lo que le hicimos. So, lo que era difícil en diseñar era que no tenía nombre, no tenía una idea más o menos del logotipo, pero cuando hablamos y empezamos a oír su historia, yo dije, ok, yo más o menos creo que a lo mejor puedo diseñar algo que le guste. So, lo que le hice, elotes del pueblo.
Sí.
¿Le gusta?
Sí, está bien, está bien.
Okay, aquí le enseño. ¿Cómo crees? ¿Lo hacemos o?
Sí, sí. Está bien.
Ahí está.
Está bien.
Sí. Otros tamaños que ahorita le hacemos unos, que van a ser unas 3 playeras y 2 mantiles.
Sí, sí. Ok. Muchas
Gracias.
viejo.
Gracias a
Muchas
usted.
gracias.
No, sí, gracias por confiar en el diseño y darnos la...
No, pues gracias a ustedes y se los agradezco y Dios te dé mucho más de lo que tú nos estás apoyando. ¿Qué te puedo decir? Porque gente de esta pues ya quedan pocas.
No, gracias.
Y como te digo, y te lo agradezco y todo esto pues yo creo la vida Dios te lo va a recompensar.
Gracias. No sé lo que estamos...
Muchas bendiciones.
Man, it was incredible to see the real-time reactions to the products that we created. Cherry did an incredible job with coming up with a name. Horacio gave us that challenge, but overall, some of the advice that I gave to them that I want to share with you guys here includes making sure that whatever you do it to differentiate yourself from anybody else. Now, there's street vendors all over the neighborhoods. Everybody's selling a similar product, so how can you stand out? Merchandising is one way. So when we created Cherry's tacos design, the idea was, how do we really share the fact that this is a cherry on top of a taco? So the pink colored on the shirt to the logo design itself is definitely gonna stand out from everybody else that's selling on that street. But I told her and I advised her to take it one more step above that. So how can she implement a cherry flavored sauce, or maybe do a pink sauce that just is like a salsa? Something that really gets the word of mouth going. And as you guys are selling or making merchandise, that's also something that you need to consider. You need to think about, how can you stand out whenever somebody purchases from you or comes across you? Could it be you shipping out with a scented type of smell on your clothing, or a certain accessory piece that you add to every order? You need to think about ways that make it memorable for people to talk about you. And I offered that advice to Cherry, and I hope you guys take it as well. And if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button right down below and turn on post notification bells to be alerted of future video drops. Because on this channel, our mission is to help entrepreneurs build brands from the ground up. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure you download all the free resources and everything that we mentioned throughout this video in the links down below. And if you want to elevate your brand and start charging a different price point and hitting a different market, I highly encourage that you check out this video here where we dive into the creating of a luxury brand. Check that out and I'll see you there.